Meet Sarah. She spent a decade building a thriving consulting business on a very reliable premise: publish good articles, rank high on Google, and watch the clients roll in. The glow of that map represented her entire pipeline. This chart shows the average click-through rate for top-ranking web pages over the last year. Notice the stable traffic plateau, right up until this marker, labeled AI Overviews. Then we see the line drop off a cliff. That represents a 58% drop in clicks for pages sitting in the #1 spot. The mechanics of search have changed. Google is moving away from being a directory of links. Driven by a model called Gemini 3.5 Flash, it's functioning as an answer system, a machine designed to synthesize information and serve it up directly on the results page. Looking at this sketch from Denise Wakeman, you can see exactly how the layout has shifted. The synthesized response sits right at the top, while the classic blue links are pushed downward. If a searcher gets a perfectly adequate answer right there in the box, why would they ever click through to read your full article? Relying entirely on that old pipeline of organic search clicks is a fragile strategy in an ecosystem where an algorithm intercepts your audience before they ever see your website. AI engines are exceptionally good at processing short, factual answers. If you write generic definitions or simple how-to steps, a large language model can easily scrape that data and feed it to a user without breaking a sweat. But there is a firm ceiling to what these models can invent. We call it the expertise gap. An AI can summarize data, but it cannot generate authentic, lived experience. It hasn't worked with your clients or navigated complex real-world problems. Let's look at a side-by-side comparison of a standard blog post and an AI summary. The generic article on the left and the AI output on the right contain the exact same information. The AI doesn't need to link to you because it already absorbed everything you had to say. Now, let's revise that article. We inject specific client mistakes we've witnessed, nuanced conditions that change our advice, and real-world results from a recent project. The AI cannot replicate those personal stories. Because the human insight adds unique context, the system is forced to generate a citation link to the source if it wants to provide a complete answer. A generic article provides a definition that the AI consumes. An experience-based article makes you a highly visible, cited source that the AI has to point to. This doesn't mean you can abandon your old search engine optimization habits. Clear headings, accurate titles, and smart internal links are still mandatory. AI systems rely on web sources, and they need cleanly structured pages to find, interpret, and quote your work. But the behavior of the searcher is evolving. AI search often turns a single query into a multi-step conversation. To capture that user, you need to build what's known as topic depth. This flowchart illustrates a typical user journey. A broad question like, "How do I get more clients?" quickly branches into 5 specific follow-up questions, like, "How long should marketing take?" or "What should I do each week?" A single article rarely answers that full set of questions, but if you publish a series of interlinked articles that answer those specific sequential prompts, you build a dense web of topical coverage. Demonstrating consistent, connected expertise across multiple pages gives these search systems the context they need. It trains the AI to recognize your website as a primary authority in your specific niche. Because a page can influence a buyer's decision right there in the AI summary, raw traffic volume is no longer a complete or accurate measure of a website's business value. Your expertise is doing the heavy lifting without earning a traditional click. Search platforms dictate exactly what people see before they reach you. To survive, independent businesses have to take absolute control of what happens after a reader finally arrives. This requires placing a highly relevant, frictionless invitation on every single indexed page. Whether it's a related checklist or a newsletter sign-up, you need a clear way for visitors to stay connected. To adapt, you can perform a quick 30-minute visibility check. Start by running your main industry topics through Google's AI mode, ChatGPT, and Perplexity to see exactly which sources appear and what answers they provide. Next, review your highest-performing web pages. Look closely to ensure they contain direct answers near the top, your own proprietary processes, and concrete examples from your own work. Finally, identify the strongest knowledge gap on the page. Take a few minutes to add one missing piece of lived expertise, like a common mistake you see clients make, or a specific decision you helped someone navigate. These content upgrades give readers a specific reason to bypass the algorithm entirely and move into a direct, ongoing conversation with you. In an ecosystem where an AI intercepts the searcher, your business model has to adapt. Survival means you can no longer depend on Google to maintain the relationship. You have to depend entirely on the undeniable value of your own expertise.